How is everyone doing today? It is another Friday here on the Mythical Railroad. I am your host, the Ice Dragon, Rayron VR. Welcome, everyone. I hope you guys had a good week. My week has been pretty much one issue after another, which is why shorts I'm glad shorts exist. I know it's kind of a controversial topic, but it still allows me to have fun with the channel and do things I love doing. So, man, this week was just been a mess of a week. So welcome. This is going to be kind of a stress test for StreamYards and my whole setup. Haven't really done another tech demo with StreamYards yet in a while. And so we're going to see if things work out, if it is stable, the connection is good, if you guys are seeing everything and hearing everything okay. Then we'll go into the main event. And the kind of reason why I use StreamYards for the Icey Station podcast is so that, you guys can actually come up and have some fun with me. Because everyone is so familiar with using StreamYards. That's kind of why I use it. It's just the standard norm for the culture. And so we'll just take it from there. So again, a little bit of a monologue, and then we'll go into kind of our topics, and then we'll just have fun after that. So let's go ahead and continue to stress test this. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our camera system and see how StreamYards can handle it. All right, so over there, that is the modular layout to there. And when it comes to Streamlabs, I was able to figure out the potential 1080p. So that'll be next weekend. We'll do another tech demo to see. Hopefully we can stream at a little bit higher bit rate along with 60 frames per second and 1080p. We're really going to stress test the fiber and see if we can get you guys clearer pictures when it comes to these particular cameras. So hope you guys are having a great week. So also, with that being said, what we got running on the layout throughout the entire Icey Station podcast is we've got the big boy. You guys know I love the Union Pacific big boy fleets. We've got pulling in honor of St. Patrick's Day. I gotta have something green on the layout, So we are pulling the Chicago Northwest passenger train, kind of our CNW salute with the excursion CNW train here for St. Patrick's Day. And yes, I'm wearing green as well. Hashtag blame Heath. And so hopefully you guys are having an awesome St. Patrick's Day as well. But so what is the Icey Station podcast all about? So kind of what I envision is that it'll alternate every Friday. So I think I've got my set schedule when it comes to streaming. I think 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is probably going to be the slot that I'm going to stream. I feel that it just works better with my work schedule, with my getting my master's degree. And it just feels like it's the one time slot that I can keep consistent. And, we'll just take it from there. So, and one thing I can do that StreamYards, and I still haven't figured out how to do it on Streamlabs, I can actually show comments. Hey, let's do this. Mom and Son Train Rail fans, welcome. If you haven't subscribed to Mom and Son Train Rail fans, please give them a subscription. They got some awesome content over there. So welcome. How you doing today? Welcome. So again, kind of experiment with the Icey Station podcast. We're really stress testing it during the tech demo and seeing how things are going. But right now it seems smooth. It seems smooth on my end, so we shall see. We shall see. So, yep, got big board running, and then we got some awesome topics for you guys today. So, again, going back to kind of the whole intent of the Icey Station podcast. So, like I said, I've decided to do 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the channel. Awesome. I greatly appreciate it. Again, it's all experimenting. We're going to see how far we can take this. And I love the concept behind it. So thank you. I do appreciate that. Mom, Son, Train, Rail fans. So kind of what we're going to do is we got 2 podcasts here on the channel. We have the Icey Rails podcast, which is basically me talking to you guys, the audience. And, we'll just run and talk whatever you guys want to talk about, kind of a Q&A session. And that's going to rotate every other Friday, along with this podcast being the Icey Station podcast. And so it may not seem a lot of difference, but on the back end, I'm basically using 2 different programs to run the podcast. I'm using Streamlabs to run the Icey Rails podcast, so that way we can get all sorts of camera angles and so forth. And it's basically me interacting with you guys, the Icey family. When it comes to the Icey Station podcast, basically this allows us to bring up guests if you guys want to come up. We can talk about things outside of model railroading. Like I got a few things to talk about today. We've got, obviously we got the big news that I've kind of been following on this channel, which is I've been following closely the Canadian Pacific and Kansas City Southern potential merger. Well, we just got some breaking news about 2 days ago about that, so we'll go into that. I got some Athearn announcements that I kind of want to go through and talk with you guys about, some things that I'm definitely going to put on pre-order. And then from there, we'll just continue to, we'll see what guests want to pop on, and, we can just talk about whatever and anything that we want. So, again, it's an opportunity to, have a great chat with everyone on this YouTube community. So, with that, let's go ahead and switch off here. Again, this is more of a stress test about the layout. So we're going to go ahead and remove that, and we'll go into kind of our first topic. So again, kind of a monologue when it comes to the Icey Station for a little bit, and then we'll go into kind of the main topics for today. So, let me go ahead and bring this back up. So the scale for this is HO. I've been a diehard HO fan for like 20 years now. It's what my father got me into. And it is my dominant scale. It's my biggest collection. And typically, I collect things in the Union Pacific family tree. So it goes from, UP to the late 70s. I don't do much modern with the exception of the Heritage diesel units. I do have those in my collection, but that's probably as far modern as I'll go. I tend to collect and showcase typically transitional era, but I also do a lot of fantasy consists. Like you see today, I basically have a fantasy consist big boy with the 2 water tenders with a CNW, Chicago Northwestern passenger train. And so I'll collect things from Missouri Pacific, CNW, Western Pacific, Southern Pacific, Texas Pacific, and basically anything that's under the family tree of Union Pacific, I tend to collect. And then there'll be some general outliers. Like, for instance, I've inherited a little bit of a European collection lately. I've got the Utah Frontrunner, or the UTA, Utah Transit Authority Frontrunner. And so it'll just be things that catch my eye that will roll into the collection as well. The Rock is kind of a little bit of a controversial one because I know Union Pacific didn't. The Rock is still kind of existing today, but if you look at Union Pacific history, they did buy a little portion of the Rock, and including a portion of their rail line services. And so I kind of adopted them into the family tree as well. So, and I like the scheme; it matches, blue. So. But yeah, kind of long story short, I do HO. But with that being said, if you guys haven't seen my latest video, we are going to go into N scale. And it's definitely a scale I've been wanting to get into because Kato is so awesome. I love everything about it. I love everything about T-Track and where that community is going. And so we're going to build a T-Track layout in another room, and that's all going to be, unfortunately, right now video only because there's no way I want to get in a streaming setup over there. So awesome. Yeah, it's just something about the big boys, it's just one of those, you see the articulating sides, with the 444 configuration. It's just, there's something about it. Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, and again, the whole purpose of that series is to bring in, if you're skeptical about joining the hobby, where do you start? And so that video is more of, if I were to start model railroading from scratch, if I didn't have this massive HO collection, where would I start? Where would I start over? And, as much as I hate to say this, I would get into N scale if I was just starting off, because Kato does it right, in my opinion, when it comes to starter sets. When it comes to, the track that you get in a starter set, you can actually put onto a club modular with T-Track. There's just so much that I love about that. And that's kind of what the whole kind of intent behind that series is. So right now, we'll just do a stereotypical, put the track together. We'll expand kind of the tables a little bit so you can see how a tabletop layout is. Very basic, straightforward DC. And then we're going to slowly evolve into it. And so what's kind of interesting is that knowing what I know today, eventually we'll convert, that layout will be convertible, meaning that we can put a DC Kato controller onto that T-Track layout, or we can put a DCC command and control system on that layout as well. Knowing what I know now from everything that I've learned from Digitrax and HO scale, I kind of have an idea of where I would improve. And so what's going to be cool about that is that when we go DCC with N scale, I know automatically I'm going to go into DigiKeys. And the reason why I want to go into that is because if you don't know who Human City Junction is, Heath, go watch his channel. But DigiKeys command station is basically universal. It can almost read any type of DCC controller into that universal command station, and all the other components that they have. I just think that is a brilliant system. And so that's what we're going to take that in scale layout. So I'm really, really excited for that. Yeah, yep. Sometimes you learn a lot of things and you have to redo the layout. Yeah, I understand that. Unfortunately, I'm kind of committed with this modular layout. So a little bit backstory about this layout is that this layout is technically Freemo. It's not. It is standards when it comes to track layout, when it comes to the wiring and bus system, and when it comes to like the command and control of Digitrax. However, where it's not standard is the bench work of the tables. I believe, if I remember correctly, the bench work of the Freemo modulars need to be at least, I believe, 26 inches wide, where mine are just 12 inches wide. Now, the reason why mine are only 12 is because, I have a small space, but I bought a lot of modulars that were 12 inches wide, and it just naturally fit for everything that I want to do. And you can still see this layout is actually still pretty big for it being only 12 inches, having somewhat decent turn radiuses. I think they're in the range between my shortest one being, I believe, 28 inches, and the longest ones, I think, being well over 33 inches for the turn radiuses. So that's kind of the backstory for this layout. But again, this layout is mostly showcased every other Friday. I try to do with the Icey Rails podcast, because that's where we really just showcase this layout. So I'm only showing it right now because I want to stress test StreamYards to see if the latency will work with Google Fiber and going wirelessly. So yeah, we'll see how it goes there. So cool. All right. So let's go ahead and let's go to our first topic here. And that is going to be the big news. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this, this, and this. Okay. So I've been... I appreciate that. Thank you. And again, it's all about the hobby. That's why I do it. I'm having a lot of fun. It's the greatness of it. So I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. And I try to mix things up a little bit. So, but yeah. So let's go to the big news. If you guys have been OG to my channel, you guys know with the I do kind of a short series called the Icey Rail News, or the Icey News. I think the Icey Rail News. And so one of the big stories that I've been covering is this CP KCS merger. Now, last we heard, it's been quite a while since we heard anything about this news. Yeah, I definitely agree. We definitely have a great community on YouTube. Yeah, and I actually switched from Twitch to YouTube because the community was just so much better here, for sure. So last we heard, there was a lot of controversy. There wasn't sure if this merger was going to go through because of potential monopoly rules maybe going into effect, considering how much space this merger was going to be impacting. And so, we haven't heard in a while from this, but now we finally got the news. And so this kind of broke, I think, 2 days ago. I was super busy, so I decided to just put this on the stream for this week instead of making a video on it. But basically, the Surface Transportation Board today issued its decision approving the acquisition of Kansas City Southern Railway Company, KCS, by Canadian Pacific Railways. But there is a catch, which is interesting. It says, with conditions. The decision includes an unprecedented 7-year oversight period and contains many conditions designed to mitigate environmental impacts, preserve competition, protect railroad workers, and promote efficient passenger rail. The board also anticipates the merger will result in improvements in safety and the reduction of carbon emissions. So there was a lot of controversy. You had the other Class 1 railroads kind of talking about how they're going to get worried and how things were going to happen. But the fact that the merger is going through, we haven't seen this in a very long time when it comes to merging. But the Surface Transportation Board gave them the go-ahead to merge. But what's interesting is that it comes with conditions, and so you can see the politics behind it, and that the STB recognizes that it could be a potential monopoly, and so that's why they're going to be under oversight for quite some time. And just to put this into perspective, look at this map. So you can see here in the upper red, you had the Canadian Pacific that goes all the way up through the northern America there. But then you can also see, I didn't realize how big Kansas City Southern was until I saw this map. And so, we've got the whole basically heartland of the United States, all the way basically through the heartland of Mexico into Mexico City and so forth. So now this is all going to be Class 1 railway. And you can imagine why the other Class 1s were so concerned about this merge. You can see it just by this picture in itself. So yeah, so we finally got an update. The KP-KC merger is going through. Now, I'm kind of curious what, I don't know if the article states what their new name's going to be. Let's see here. What else do we got? So pages, yeah. So yeah, so it looks like they're going to go with the KP-KC. It looks like that's going to be their new designation. Yeah, so the combination of the two railroads to be known as Canadian Pacific Kansas City will create the first railroad providing single-line service spanning the Canada, the United States, and Mexico, which is also interesting because, again, that is that monopoly piece that a lot of people were worried about. Yet KPKC will continue to be the smallest Class 1 railroad with a network that is a few thousand routes miles shorter than the next smallest Class 1 and half the size of the Western Railroad. So that's interesting. Because I would thought that it would definitely be somewhat bigger, but it's still technically the smallest. And it goes into some more public stuff. So here we are, folks. We got the merger of KPKCS, known as Canadian Pacific Kansas City Railway. So it is officially here. Kind of crazy to think about. Cool. So with that, I do want to go into, so something else that I kind of want to do is talk about like new releases when it comes to the manufacturers, when it comes to the hobby. That's something that I used to do like very early on of this channel's inception. And I kind of want to bring that back. And what this allows me to do with the alternating podcast schedule for the Fridays, this allows me to actually capture that. And so let's go ahead and go into probably one of my favorite companies right now, because I've had very little issues with them. And let's go ahead and go into Athearn. So Athearn had some very interesting announcements, and there's a couple that I'm actually really excited for. So this was the March release when it comes to Athearn, and so probably the biggest one that I'm excited for. You guys know me, I am big into the gas turbines, and we've got a lot of announcements when it comes to the gas turbines. And so we've got the fantasy scheme of the gas turbine with Chessie and Ohio, which is pretty cool. The CNO. See if I can get some more. See if I can zoom in on this. I think that's pretty cool skating. You got the yellow and the blue, but again, I'm not a Chessie person, but that is amazing. I'm gonna skip this one real quick because I will definitely be talking about that one. What's cool, and I came very, very close to pre-ordering this one. This is basically GE's original gas turbine locomotive with the equipment and cab on either end. And so this is kind of their scheme when it comes to basically this is your demonstrator when it comes to the gas turbine in this green and yellow scheme that they got going on here. And then you got your typical, prototypical Union Pacific yellow ones. We've got the number 60, 59, 58, 51. We've got some non-DC. Is this DCC? Let me check up here real quick. Yeah, so you got DCC and sound with these upper tier ones. 509, to be honest, I think that's actually a decent price because I'm becoming more and more of a fan of the Tsunami 2 decoders or just soundtracks in general, the more I've done my research and looked into things. And my big boy has decided to push the end of the train. Yeah, I'll have to dig into that a little bit in a moment. But again, we got some other schemes here with DCC and non-DCC. That's going to... Oh, did the big boy push it off? Okay. Anywho, I'll fix that here in a minute. And sorry for the background noise. We kind of got some people mowing the lawns over here, unfortunately. Oh, that's going to bug me. And then we got the normal UP without the tenders here. So again, kind of another run of the UP turbines. Now, the one that I'm excited for and the one that I definitely do have on pre-order is this beautiful war bonnet, black, orange, and red color scheme, Southern Pacific gas turbine. Now, this really has me excited. But give me 1 second. I got a train I got to fix. So give me one hot minute. Gotta fix this. All right. All right. We will get this fixed. Okay. It is fixed. So hopefully, I've been having a lot of coupler issues lately with this is the first time I've ever ran this set together. And the fact that it's been cooperating for a good couple hours now is the first time it's actually been having issues. Surprises me, but yeah. All right. So we've got the Southern Pacific gas turbine. And I saw this and it's like, this is brilliant. I love fantasy schemes. And when Etherin announced this, I had to have it in my collection because it just fits everything about what I collect and what I do. And so I definitely have one of these on pre-order. And to think about this engine pulling some of my more like the Southern Pacific coaches, pulling potentially, I do have, ironically enough, I do have a Kansas City Southern black and red scheme coaches that I'm definitely going to have this pull because that whole color scheme in itself is really, really nice. So I am definitely excited for that. So, and I do apologize. Looks like I'm kind of dropping frames a little bit, but I'm surprised the stream lasted this long. So, okay, there we go. But I am really, really excited for this. So, yep, definitely have that on pre-order. All right, let me do one thing here. Let me bring this back up. Okay. So yeah, definitely with all the new slab side gas turbines. Oh, I cannot wait. So we got some other things, the SD60s. We got some trucks, some freight. We got this little guy, the EMD Model 40. Now, this is definitely something I think that's been gaining in popularity. So it looks like we've got all sorts of schemes here, different colors. This was a cute little thing. Very, very cute. Definitely not my style, but it's interesting. So we got some 60-foot containers. We've got some HOEMDs. The F units. Now the F units, they look nice. There's a lot of good cars in here. This one looks pretty cool in this particular scheme. I'm trying to think if let's see, no, it's not Western Pacific. Now, one that I'm actually really again kind of contemplating. This is the again the Southern Pacific, the Black Widow scheme. Just looks so nice. But I do have these in DC, so I don't know if I just want to convert those to DCC just to kind of save the money. So I've been kind of going back and forth on those engines. And there's a whole bunch of color schemes for this too. The PRR. I think this is Western Pacific, if I remember correctly. Oh no, this is Monin. So it's Indiana University inspired red gray paint scheme. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh yeah, this was another one that I was really contemplating too. So because I do have the Southern Pacific, the Black Widow in DC, but what I don't have is the F units in the Chicago Northwestern, because this will man, this has got me thinking, because with this particular F units, I can actually pull this particular CNW passenger set, and that'll go nicely. But not only that, the Chicago Northwestern also has those bi-level cars from Kato that'll also look good with this as well. Yeah, that's definitely got me interested. So yeah, we'll definitely have to look into that. We got some modern day freight cars, which again, I'm just, I find myself leaning more towards passenger cars, but I don't know. But definitely when it comes to the single sliding door box cars, they've got some more of the West Pacific Leaf box cars that I've been eyeing, because I do like this paint scheme. It's really nice. But again, so here's my issue about freight cars. I'm not, and that's $30 for a freight car. So my philosophy on freight cars, especially when it comes to modern, the thing is, there was a mass production of Atherin blue boxes, and those Atherin blue boxes are just as good. I mean, I understand that it doesn't come with all the details and all the prototypical bells and whistles that come on a particular rolling stock. And sometimes you may have to remove the plastic wheels for the metal wheels. But it's like, I can get freight cars, the cheapest I can get is like $5. And so it's like, I just don't feel the need to really spend $30 for a freight car when I can just get one for $5, swap out the old horn hooks for Katy couplers, and swap it out for metal wheels for almost a fraction of the price of these new shiny box cars that are coming out for $30. So that's typically why I stay away from modern day freight cars. There are a few exceptions, but at train shows you can get them for great deals. Looks like we got some more GP40 locomotives, some gondolas coming in, some tanker cars, box cars. But again, I'm not that type of person who likes modern day freight. I do want to take a look at these switchers though, because I do like the switchers. So we got some EMD switchers here. the 1500s. So we got there's Southern Pacific. Oh, I forgot about this one too. Ooh, I didn't realize this was coming out. Oh crap. Okay, so when's this coming out? Let's see here. That is coming out. Oh, this is due. Ooh, okay, that's good to know. That's coming out. It said it came out last year. That's interesting. Oh no, it was announced last year. It's coming this year of March. Okay, got it. That is nice. I am a big fan of Ketachrome Southern Pacific. So that to me looks gorgeous. So that's probably one I'll keep an eye out for because I do have some Ketachrome SPs already. But that's so nice. Some Union Pacific, Southern Pacific. Oh, Rock Island. Look at this. With that kind of maroon color. That's nice. Southern, again, more Southern Pacifics. And now we go into kind of the non-DCC stuff. So that's pretty cool. A lot of nice switchers. But the issue with the switch is that you got to be really cognizant of what switch tracks you have and what 90-degree crossovers you have. Because from personal experience, when it comes to Atlas in particular, these little switches just don't have the pickup power they need in order to go over those unifrogs. And so they tend to stall a lot on them. Now, when it comes to Pico, especially Pico unifrogs and electrofrogs, oh man, they're golden. They always go over it. And so that's why I'm a huge fan of Pico turnouts. All right, let's see here. So we got some SD45, some more freight, some GP7. See, I like unique locomotives, especially on the diesel side, especially less modern. So these GP7s, they're nice as well. Okay, now it's got me curious. What do we got in the GP7 line here? Of course I'm going to find something that I want. Wow. The Western Pacific, the silver and orange. Now, I do have one. I don't know if I actually have one in DC. I don't see mine. It's probably packed up, but I do have one that's in DC that I can always convert. So, again, it's kind of a trade-off because now I'm starting to step in the waters when it comes to converting DC over to DCC because it definitely saves you a lot of money. Got some Santa Fe, a whole bunch of lineup here. Again, that Western Pacific is really nice. The Great Northern, that's really nice. The Great Northern paint scheme. Milwaukee Road, CNO. Yeah, there it is. They're bringing it back to in Kodachrome. Kodachrome. Cool. And then kind of repeating itself again. Cool. No, that's very, very nice engines. Some freight, Dash 9s, crane. It looks like we're going into a lot of miscellaneous stuff here. These 70s. Steam engine, 280s. Oh yeah, the Amtrak California passenger cars. That's cool. Oh yeah, this was another one that really caught my attention. So they're re-releasing their Centennials, and of course, Athlon I think is doing a good job trying to get into the fantasy market a little bit because that is really, really cool. Because I've been thinking about doing some 4th of July trains, and this will fit perfectly. The problem is that Harbor Point, this modular over here, the turn is too tight for the Centennials. I've tried to run a Centennial on here. It will not work, unfortunately, because I do have one tight corner that it derails on. But that is gorgeous. And then the other thing is like it's $700, so it's like, oh, I don't know. I don't think so. And then they got the Centennial Caboose, which is pretty cool. Some more box cars. Oh yeah, and this was another one. So I do like the U50s. They definitely have the looks that only a mother could like. But man, I do like my my U50s. I do have a U50, but I gotta work out the decoder. It is a Tsunami 1 decoder, unfortunately, which I will upgrade to Tsunami 2. But they've got it in the Southern Pacific color scheme, which I definitely have my eyes on. Because I've got the UP color scheme, but I don't have it in the Southern Pacific. And then they've also got the demo GE U50 as well. So that's definitely, Southern Pacific is definitely one that I kind of want to potentially get into. All right, so we got some GP15s, some more freights, -9s. Ooh, let me take a look at this real quick. Oop, or not. Let's see. What I'm curious about. No, that's fine. Some more switchers, some more freight cars. All right, so now we're kind of getting into some older stuff here. So basically, that's what I wanted to do. Just wanted to look at the new announcements here. So with that, if you guys want to pop on and just chill and hang out here, what I'll do is I'll find another company to kind of highlight. Again, this is more of a tech demo. We're testing everything out. Then we'll start. If you guys want to come up and chat, we shall do that. Now, there is kind of one rule that I have when it comes to this, since I am experimenting. Basically, I won't bring up anyone that I don't know for very good reasons. So if you haven't chatted in the chat rooms, if you're not a regular viewer, if I haven't seen like comments and videos and I simply just don't know you, you'll stay down in what I call the dungeon until, you know, I want to know the people who are coming on the show. And so just, you know, keep that in mind. But I'll go ahead and get the invite going here. And then we'll just pin it in chat. All right, and I do not want to put myself in timeout. Let's see here. I thought I could pin it in StreamYards, but doesn't look like it. Let's see here. Let's just do. Did that do it? Let me see if I can do it on my phone here. All right, I can do it on my phone. We'll just do that. Sweet. Cool. So again, if you want to join in chat, hit that link, and we'll go from there. And again, for now, I'm just asking for regulars. So, all right. So let's go ahead and go to another kind of a. Oh yeah. So one more thing I gotta talk about. So, Dragon Rages. And so what is the Dragon Rage all about? So I kind of did a video about this, my first Dragon Rage video. And basically it's something that has disappointed me or something that I feel ripped off on. Kind of, it is my version of customer awareness or public service announcements or things that you should potentially stay away from when it comes to the model railroading stuff. Or just life in general when it comes to model railroading. And so I do have a particular Dragon's Rage to talk about. And it's like, it was concerning. I bought something, you know, train related. Let me go ahead, and if you guys don't want to just see my face here, I'll go ahead and bring up the train again. Or I'll bring out the layout. So let me just get that situated. So at least you guys have some eye candy. Gotta have that eye candy for sure. Let's see. All right, so we'll bring up the Icey Rails layout. Okay, so when it comes to the Dragon Rage, so I bought something train related. In the past, I've had a few issues with USPS in the delivery service. Sometimes we can get resolved, sometimes we don't. And this time, it kind of hurt the package that was lost, unfortunately. So basically, what happened was it was shipped from the company, and all the tracking systems said that it was delivered. However, my mailbox is not like a solo mailbox. It is more of that the ridiculous community box that has like mini PO boxes on it, essentially. And sometimes if you have a package, they put a key in it, and then they put it into a bigger package thing. So for the third time, they put something in the wrong box. And needless to say, that package is gone because it was delivered beginning of this month. And it was a train item that I was going to make some videos on, and it was gone. And so I tried to do all the customer service things, try to go through the help, try to go through their frequently asked questions, try to email them. And so, with USPS, it all goes through the claim service thing to, claim for a lost package, essentially. And so I go to do this, and then there's an error message that says, sorry, we cannot process your claim at this time for unknown reason. And it's like, what? So here I am thinking, maybe it's Google Chrome, because sometimes websites have issues with Google Chrome, especially when it comes to certain input field text. I was like, okay, let's go ahead and try Microsoft Edge and see if that works. Do everything again. Takes about 5-10 minutes. And unfortunately, I get the same error message. It finally got to the point, it's like, you know what? Considering other stories I've heard about USPS trying to find packages that were delivered incorrectly, that package is unfortunately gone. So I basically have to reorder set items because I want those set items, and got them going again. So yeah, it's been quite a week. Let's just say that. So that is my Dragon Rage. I was thinking about doing another video on it. However, I've got so many other projects lined up that it was just going to take time away from the editing of the other videos. And I decided, you know what? I've got this Icey Station podcast where we talk, some things outside of model railroading. So I decided to just talk about it here. But yeah, it's oh man, it's been a week. It's been a week. But yeah. Whew. So let's see here. Some upcoming projects. So my next video that I'm going to be working on, I've got another train camera video that's going to come out. I've got, obviously we're working on the N scale layout right now. It's kind of where a good chunk of my time is going to, plus some other things behind the scenes that I'm working on. I have decided to try to maintain 3 short videos a day. That is definitely pushing myself a little bit, but I've been noticing that the channel has been growing at a healthier rate when I do 3. There are some times that the algorithm is a little unpredictable when I just do 2 or 1, but I've been noticing lately when it comes to upload time and my routine, the times that I upload are healthy. And I'm hoping you guys are enjoying it too. If you think it's too much, if you guys think it's a little too spammy when it comes to shorts, because that's always my biggest fear is that I try to spread out the shorts as much as I can, usually like 6 a.m., 12, and typically around 9 p.m. so I can get the European crowd. And what I do is that I try not to do the same video, for the entire day. So I'll have one short from the Samurai Training Museum. I try to do a short with something here on the layout, and then just something non-train related that's in 187 scale. So recently we've been highlighting a lot of mini print stuff. And there's some like NASCAR 187 scale I've been showcasing. I've got some mini dioramas that I'm painting up right now that I'll do as a short as well. I got to remind myself to do the rolling roads shorts as well. So there's a lot of content that I'm planning on doing. But I'm definitely excited. I am excited where things are going. But if you're new to the channel, again, I want to say welcome. I know we got some lurkers here. Again, lurk away. Nothing wrong with that. Sitting back, relaxing. If you're enjoying all the wonderful eye candy that's over there, that layout is the Icey Rails layout. And we tend to focus a lot more on that on the other podcast. But right now, I'm just putting it up just so we have something to get some eye candy over. But it won't be every time this will be the main focus. And I kind of ran out of topics. But let's go over, I'll tell you what, let's make a quick field trip. And let's see, will this capture it if I do this? It shouldn't. Okay, let's make a quick field trip. I want to see if Mini Prince has got anything new. I know they've been announcing some stuff lately. Let's see what we got. I thought there was a new section of new stuff. I'm probably just blind. Yeah, I think I'm just blind. So yeah, this is something that we can talk about. Again, kind of something that I'm going to be doing here is I'm just going to scan through all of like the new releases that are coming out. Again, that's something I definitely want to have as a segment here for the IC Station podcast. Again, just to kind of advertise of what's out there, latest and greatest information. And so let's go ahead and we'll switch it over here. Let's present this. All right. All right, so if you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan of mini prints. I love where they're going. Bernard has a great business model, which is something that I think everyone should take notes on. So mini prints came out with their roadkill selection, which I think is hilarious, to say the least. I mean, you want to talk about getting into some prototypical stuff here. Great stuff. We've got the roadkill armadillo, which is pretty coin. Again, you can get in all sorts of scales. HOS scale, which is pretty cool. O scale. And as you can imagine, N scale is way too small for something like this. So we got the armadillo. We've got the roadkill buck. Assuming if my computer cooperates. And it's like, I can imagine... what's interesting about this roadkill buck is that you don't have to model it after roadkill. The way I would model this is I would need to find some hunters and, have hunters hunting. I think that would be kind of cool. So I think that one's definitely a multi-purpose type of figurine there. I've got some roadkill deer. Again, kind of same thing. You can use that as a story that, you got a couple hunters going out and trying to get, some food. We've got a raccoon. And we've got a squirrel. Now, to my understanding, man, just look how small that is. My goodness. That's tiny. And then S scale, O scale. Now, to my understanding, there's going to be some other ones. I think skunk is definitely a popular one. And then there's going to be a few others. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Again, so if you guys haven't noticed, this show is completely unstructured. It is just basically talking about whatever we want. Oh, and another thing too, I do want to give another shout out to another person here, real quick. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to Mini Prince over on YouTube. 809 subscribers, about 200 away from 1,000. If he makes it to 1,000, then I believe he'll do a sale. I can't remember what that sale was, so I don't want to spread misinformation. But again, follow his channel for all those details. So a lot of good stuff. Definitely a fan. All right, let's do another field trip here. Since we're on the field trip bus here, head over to. Let's see, is there anything new here? Yeah, I guess we can talk about this. I think we can talk about this. So kind of the big, when it comes to the YouTube model railroading review kind of content, this one's been making the rounds. So just recently, the delivery of the river counter HO scale EMD GP30s from Scale Trains has been coming out. So you can find videos on those. So here's the thing. I probably won't do review. I'm kind of debating how I want to do my review videos. It's not necessarily a review I want to do. I basically just want to show you the unbox. I'm more of an unboxer than a reviewer. I'll just basically unbox it, show you the good stuff, put it on a layout, and show it running. And that's pretty much it. I don't like going into the full details. Like, here's the model. You guys can see the models. You guys can see the details. I'll put it on the track. You can see it go around set track. You guys can hear the volumes and so forth. It's just, yeah, that's a handrail. I think we all know what a handrail is. I think we all know what these vents look like. Yeah. Anyways, I digress. But these looked amazing. I was able to actually see and look at these products when Scale Trains was here in Samurai. Again, I did do a whole video on Scale Trains' road trip across the south here. And so I was able to actually hold some of these units. And I do like the dumb, well, not necessarily the dummy unit, but the helper unit here. I came really close to ordering this set. It's just I couldn't really line up the money to get these. And the thing that's holding me back from Scale Trains, I love them in pieces. It's just their river counter and the museum quality just has so many pieces that actually hinders operation of the actual train itself. And the other thing that the other problem that I have with them is that when it comes to the decoders, they use ESU loc sound, which I am not becoming a fan of loc sound. The more research I do on loc sound and ESU, just decoders in general, I find myself getting more and more away from them because of it's not user friendly, I guess is the best way I can describe it. And it's just I am the type of model railroader that wants it out of the box. And then if I have to make any like very basic changes, I don't want to buy $100 or $120 loc programmer to do all that. I'm still going to buy the loc programmer because I want to support Scale Trains. I want to support Bowser, and all of them are going to these loc sound decoders. And I think for me to present that information and content, I need to become more knowledgeable on these decoders. So I am going to go in that direction. But again, I hesitate I hesitate. And it's like, if I want to go into DCC ready, from my understanding, you got to buy a DCC board buddy, a buddy board, or whatever they call it. So that way you can get all those functions out of it. Now, I still have to experience that, and that's something that I'll definitely document. But again, I digress. But anyways, we've been seeing a lot of these come out, and a lot of YouTube channels review them. Now, kind of opposite of that, the details, the attention to detail that Scale Trains does do, if you are that prototypical model railroader, absolutely go Scale Trains, because some of the guys at the Samurai Club that I'm with, man, Scale Trains is really popular, especially when it comes to their Dash 9s and some of the more modern locomotives and their GE units and so forth. They are really nice, and they definitely have the pulling power. I've seen plenty up front. I've seen at least 2, I believe, of their EMD units. I can't remember which one. No, it was a Dash 9. Their Dash 9s are really, really nice. 2 of these Dash 9s have pulled at least 20 to 15 cars of a 1% grade in our club, and with no problems. And a lot of the guys definitely are huge fan of Scale Trains EMDs. But again, they have, the Dash 9s. But they've been having the same problems that I think everyone else has been having, which is basically programming when they need to change like the momentum, change a volume setting. JMRI, they have issues with JMRI and the Loc Sound decoders. And that's just the reality of it. So it's very, very interesting. And here's the thing. So I'm going to go on a tangent a little bit here. I'm going to go on a tangent a little bit because I am probably going to do another Dragon's Rage video on ESU, because, again, the more and more I do my research on ESUs, the more and more I get more concerned about them, especially when it comes to oh, man, it's just a lot of issues with them, I think. So one thing that I did, this individual, the N-Scale reviewer. So if you're into N-Scale and if you think about going to ESU command and control system, make sure you take a look at this video, because this poor dude spent, ESU controllers are not cheap. They are not cheap. I think they're between $700 and $800 worth. And their controller basically burnt up all of their decoders. So I highly, highly recommend, if you're an N-Scaler and you're looking at ESU DCC system, take a look at that video, because it's very, very eye-opening. And it's just funny because we have all these issues when it comes to ESU lately. And then, after I watched this video, I watched Heath's stream about the ESU system. And when he was trying to decode and actually get into nit and gritty of ESU and the Loc Sound system, it is crazy how not user-friendly ESU is, which surprises me. So again, I don't have enough evidence, and I haven't really dove into the details when it comes to ESU to really make a well-educated video. This is more of the top-level evidence I've been noticing when it comes to them. But so again, don't let my words convince you not to go ESU. Take all my words with a grain of salt. Do your research, figure out what system is going to work for you, and then just go with it. And if it's working for you, make videos about it. So that way, us naive people like me who are trying to figure out which decoder to go to from converting it from DC, I'm just going straight into Digitrax to convert my DCC ready locomotives, because that's what I'm focusing on first, because they're the easiest ones. You just plug and play the decoder and program it. And so, but for my more nicer DC engines, that's where I'm trying to figure out which brand I truly want to go with. Like, I've got a River Rossi Big Boy Greyhound 4002 that I want the nicest speakers for it. I want the nicest decoder for it. And I want the nicest sound for it, which obviously I am kind of biased towards soundtracks. I'm going to remove my screen there. So I am definitely biased towards soundtracks. And the reason why I'm kind of biased It kind of goes back a little bit. So there was this decoder or this company that developed the Easy app system. Now, originally, it was for Bachman. And I tell you what, I know it's going to be, I know it's upside down for you guys, but Bachman came out with these Easy app touchscreen train control engines. And these things are so underrated. They are so underrated. So what's cool about this, I mean, I understand you do have, in order to control this, you do need a phone because you need the app, which I know turns a lot of people off. And I do have another one right here. This was actually my first one because, you know, I'm Western Pacific. This is the only company that made the Western Pacific in their very first color scheme, their least popular color scheme, which is the yellow and green here. And what's cool about these engines is that you can max the power on a DC track and still control the train from the app. Now, you can do the exact same thing, put this on a DCC track, and still control it from your phone. Now, just think about that for a second. If you have a club layout, let's say DC, or let's say Digitrax, let's say ESU, let's say NCE, those controllers are not cheap. For basically, I got this for like $99. Both of these were on sale. I think I got them from Train World. And I wanted a quick way to get into DCC on a club layout. Basically, all I had to do is put this on a track, download the app on my phone because I have a phone, and control the train. I love these. These were so underrated and so under the radar. And I did a lot more research into these decoders that were in here, and they were made by a company called Blue Rail. And so when I saw Blue Rail, I followed them. It's like, I want your decoder. I want a plug and play decoder so I can put this technology into all of my engines. And so, I followed them, subscribed to their newsletter. And then they weren't saying much because the founder of Blue Rail made a special announcement saying, hey, we've got big news. Unfortunately, there is a NDA or a non-disclosure agreement, and we can't talk about what we got coming up. And that was frustrating because it's like, that actually had me excited because my biggest hunch was that they got bought out by someone bigger, and they made a deal to make something. Well, long and behold, Blue Rail, and let's go ahead and I'll show you guys exactly what that project was. And when it was announced, oh my goodness, I went crazy when they announced it. All right. And this is why I'm kind of biased towards this company that I'm going towards when it comes to my decoders. So that Blue Rail technology that's in these Bachman engines, they eventually morphed into Blue Nami. And when they announced that Blue Nami was becoming a thing, man, I fangirl like no other because I already knew what that technology can do. And man, Blue Nami took it to a whole new level because the awesome thing about Blue Namis is that their decoder. So here's the issue with these particular Blue Rail, old school Blue Rail decoders, is that you cannot control these from a Digitrax controller, from an NCE controller. It's all dedicated through the app of the Blue Rail technology, or the Bachman app, because they came out with their own ones, but it's using the same software from Blue Rail. And so that was kind of the downside. And the other downside was that the sound of so these are non-sound Bluetooth decoders. All the sound would come from the phone. And that was cheesy. I hated it. I kept it on mute because you had the sound coming in your phone, and then you have the engine that's almost 12 feet away not making sound. It made no sense whatsoever. So that was the unfortunate thing. But when Bluenami was announced, I think everyone says that ESU is the cutting edge technology for DCC. I don't think so. I truly think it's Bluenami. And the reason why I say that is because they made this blue rail and they made it better. They made it 10 times better because not only can you control it from your phone. Now, here's the downside. You can control it from your phone or tablet, but right now it's only on Apple. And that is the significant downside. It's the main reason why I'm not investing into Bluenami right now is because they don't have any apps for Android. And that kills me. It kills me because I know what the capability of this is. So I don't quite understand why they're not going to Android. My only suspicion is that I've got a feeling that Bachman owns the rights to the software that's on Android. That's the only thing that I can think about why they're not going to Android yet. And so it's like I'm very skeptical, but I think a part of me says buy an old like iPod Touch or something that's able to download this app and then try it that way. And so it's like I'm kind of leaning in that direction a little bit. We'll see, because I know what this technology can do, and it's truly revolutionary. It truly is. And again, it's in its early stage right now, but I think Bluenami is definitely the way forward. And so what's cool about it is that with the Bluenami, not only can you control it from your phone, you can control it from any other system. It's just like any other standard, Tsunami decoder and so forth. But again, what's interesting about this technology is that it also has Bluetooth capability. So that is yet another way you can control your trains. And what makes this even better is that, think about it right now. In order for a Digitrax system or a NCE system, or even, I think even DigiKey's DR5000 have connection limits when it comes to, controlling a train from your phone. Like the LNWI from Digitrax, for example, can only hold up to 4 connection points for a particular Bluetooth controller. Now, if you take that and reverse it, now you have trains that have the Bluetooth in it, and so you no longer need to invest in the LNWIs or any other of the software or hardware that requires the transmission piece of it. It's the decoder that's the transmission, not necessarily the hardware, and I think that is brilliant because now I don't have to worry about the requirements anymore when it comes to the DCC system. I may actually do a whole. I think what I'm going to do, I may end up cutting. Oh, I'm not recording it. I'll probably download this and make this into its own separate video. That's probably what I'm going to do. Or I'll just do a whole nother video on Bluenami itself. But I am definitely passionate about Bluenami because, again, I'm not prototypical. I'm not the type of modeler that, I got to have the independent brake do X. Oh, I got to have the sound do Y when I press Z button or whatever. I'm not into the whole realism thing. I just want high-tech functionality is kind of where I model when it comes to how far do I want to take the digital aspect of this hobby. And so when it comes to Bluenami, I think it's definitely there, and there's a lot that can be said. And so kind of the other big key about Bluenami's is that, and you can go to Soundtracks and follow all their videos, but what you can do is that you can actually do programming from your phone. And I'm just not sure if everyone realizes that you can change the physical CVs from a controller while being on the main, while not inadvertently program any other engines on the main. It does it through Bluetooth, which is independent from all of the rails, the signals in the rails, and having to need that external programming to do so. Now, I can't remember if you can program the number. I think you can on Bluenami's and their software, but you can definitely, they basically have sliders on the app, like sliders you would get in JMRI on the phone itself. And like I said, you can do ad hoc changes, CV changes to the phone. That is crazy because imagine if they can perfect this technology and be able to change the CV values when it comes to momentum, max speed. You can definitely do changing the lighting. On their latest video showed them changing the lighting when it comes to the Blunamis. Like you can change how dim the number boards are or the headlights, and all from the phone. Normally, you would have to take the engine off, go to a programming track, go to JMRI or whatever software you use, low programmer, and do it that way. You can just do it straight from the phone with this stuff. Like, that's crazy to think about where this can go. And what's interesting about it is that a lot of people, as shown here, you can take it to G scale. I just saw a video recently where they took a Blunami decoder and put it in a Lego train and controlled it from their phone. So it's like the applications for the Blunamis is unreal. And again, it still has to mature a little bit. It is definitely new technology and is quite expensive. I think one decoder costs like $130, and that doesn't include the speakers that you'll have to get for it, or the keep alives. But again, I think the future is Blunamis, and I'm already a big fan of the Tsunami 2s and soundtracks as a whole. Blunami is just a whole nother reason why I think my fleet is probably going to end up eventually going to Tsunami 2s and definitely to Blunamis. Like, I am on board the Blunami train for sure. And it's getting to the point where I think I'm going to suck up getting like an iPod or iPad or something like that just to continue to demonstrate the Blunami capabilities. Again, only downside, but I think I want to suck it up and actually dive into this technology and then start converting some of my DC engines to Blunamis just to see how we can do. And I think if I remember correctly, if you have a Blunami decoder, you can put it on a DC track and still run it. Now, I don't know if that's a fact or not, like you can do with these older Blue Rail engines. But I think that is the case. And if they kept that feature, again, that's freaking game-changing. Absolutely game-changing. So I'll do some more research and see if that's the case. But if it is, man, that's crazy. But I am excited where this technology is going. Absolutely exciting. But yeah, sorry, that's definitely I'm a huge advocate for Blunami because I remember what this engine did for me in the hobby and those memories that I was able to buy a 2-in-1 engine, one that allows me to put it straight onto the DC track and run it from my phone, or put it straight on a DCC track and run it from my phone with no issues, no headaches, nothing whatsoever. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's go ahead and bring back. Let's see if we got anything else. So that was soundtracks we talked about. We talked about the Blunamis. Let's see here. What else? I think I got something to talk about. All right, so I kind of want to give another shout out here. So if you guys don't know, it's kind of been spammed everywhere, all across all the YouTubes. I wish I can go. Let's go ahead and bring up. Okay, so again, we've got the Colorado Model Railroad Museum. You got basically the YouTube meetup. If you guys want to know more information, go over to Sparky 107's channel. You'll find all the details. But if you have the opportunity to go here, or if you have a bucket list, this is definitely one of those places that you want to go to. Because I've been here many times when I was younger. And this museum is awesome. It's multi-level, a ton of trackage. It is HO scale. It's basically this huge industrial building. But it is by far one of my favorite places to go to. But I did a whole video about the Colorado Model Railroad Museum and the whole meet and greet. So go ahead and check that out on my channel, and you'll get more information. Again, you can also see the big boy 4005, which is the only big boy that actually had an accident, had the driver and engineer killed, and was rebuilt to serve for another day. So yeah, that's a thing. And then you've also obviously got the 4004 in Holiday Park in Cheyenne, and then if you're lucky enough to see 4014. Eventually, my bucket list item is to visit all the big boys, take pictures of all the big boys on the channel, and get videos of all the big boys on the channel. There is one in Dallas that we're going to be trying going to, and that's the 4018, which, funny enough, the one big boy that's running around my layout right now is 4018. So we're going to try to head over there and get some pictures. So definitely excited about that. So let's talk about train shows, because I've got 2 train shows that I need to talk about. Go ahead and I'll see if I can find the info here. So I've done, see here. Let's see, April. I'm hoping that's the right dates. Not sure if those are the right dates. Hang on, give me a hot minute. Mary, what are you doing? Mary, come down. Don't knock over my trains, please. I would greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the website. I'm just trying to find the next train show. Okay, cool. Found it. So one place that I still need to go to that I keep forgetting to go to. So in my local area, we have the new Braunfels train show. We just had my club's train show, the Samurai Jamboree, which you guys can see all the videos. I've got basically a POV video of the train show. I've got a haul of the train show as well. And so the New Braunfels train show is basically the biggest train show kind of in the San Antonio, Texas area. And I will be there from Saturday, April 15th, the 23rd. So I will be there at 10 a.m. right when they open. And if you guys are going to this in this area, you can go from there. Hello, train man. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. Oh man, I can't. Again, these are heavily underrated. Now, like I said, you need the app for it to control it. But if you're so here's the thing. If you're not serious about model railroading and just want to get into DCC for the first time, this is how I got into it. That's how I got into it. Yeah, absolutely. It holds a very special place in my heart. And matter of fact, I will do a separate video on this. So, and I've been really tempted just to collect the entire collection of the Easy App system, because they only made like a handful of engines that have that, and it kind of faded a little bit because that technology was still, it was basically bought out by Soundtracks that's going into the Blunamis now. Yeah. My pumpkin. So yeah, I will be at the New Braunfels train show recording. If you guys see me recording with the two, I basically will have 2 cameras. I'll have the camera on my hand. I have the camera on my shoulder. Feel free to say hi. And then, I'll do an introduction. And if you want to be recorded and advertise for your channel, if you have one, feel free, because I love that interaction. And so I will be there on Saturday, April 15th. More than likely, we'll be there for about 2 to 3 hours. Is usually how long we stay at a train show. So we'll be there from like 10 to maybe 12, maybe to 1-ish, because I've got a lot of recording to do for the show. Yeah, I will do that. I will do that. I'm really passionate about where that technology is going. So absolutely. And I'll see if I can dig up. I'll see if I can dig up the old emails from Blue Rail. I think I'll add that into the mix because I think I still have the email saying when they announced that they could not talk about their upcoming future project, which now we know is the Blunamis. So New Braunfels Train Show, great show. I actually do have a video on New Braunfels Train Show from last year that happened October of 22. So you can check that out. I didn't do a haul video on the New Braunfels. I'm kind of regretting that a little bit, but all the stuff from that haul kind of went into, I think, episode 2 of this modular layout series that I got going on. So I think the haul is there, kind of tucked away. So our next one's going to be New Braunfels Train Show, and then the one after that, let's see, this one. Let me grab this next train show that we'll go to. All right, let's go ahead and bring this one up. All right, so we also will be going to the NMRA National Train Show in Grapevine, Texas, which is basically a suburb of Dallas, Texas. So to my understanding, I think Mini Prince is going to be there, which is why I'm super hyped, because then if you guys don't know, Mini Prince does scans of yourself, and so that way you can become an HO version of you. Now, I've got a very, very special way that I want to be that figure. And again, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to show you guys, but it's going to be one of those figurines that you'll know it's Rayron. And that's why I'm kind of excited for this, because everything is coming together for that. So I'm excited. And but here's something that I want to talk about when it comes to the train show. So let's see here. So National Train Show. So again, 2023, Grapevine, Texas. And it's going to be August 25th through August 27th. Okay, that doesn't make sense, because when I tried to join, see, this continues to confuse me, because this says through Sunday. And when I was going to buy the tickets, I'll show you guys here in a second. So in order to, let's go here. Yeah, through August 27th. August 27th, is that a Sunday? Yeah, August 27th through a Sunday. Okay, whatever. Okay, yeah, so it goes from Friday, August 25th, Saturday 26th, Sunday 27th. Okay, I'm confusing myself. So here's the thing. The National Convention, so the actual convention itself runs through the 20th all the way through the 27th, because they're going to have different events from Monday through Thursday. But the typical train shows that we think of as far as layouts, the distributors, the manufacturers, the booths and everything, that's actually happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And come to find out, it's actually kind of expensive, but I think it's worth it. Man, I just had their tickets. Hang on. It feels like everything is alien to me all of a sudden. Give me one hot minute. I want to show you guys kind of the prices. So if you're going to go to the NMRA, it's going to be a little bit expensive. It's going to be a little expensive. It's definitely going to be probably the most expensive train show I've been to. But it's just one of those things that it may happen only once in my lifetime. And considering that's only 4 hours away, I didn't want to miss it. So give me a hot minute here. I'll see if I can find the prices for you guys. Let's see here. Nope, that's not what I want. This is what I want. Other pages. Let's see. 2023 tickets. I will find it. I'm on a mission now. But it may take another stream, I think. Previous conventions. This year's conventions. Okay, I think we're making progress. Okay, yep. All right, so I finally found the website. So still part of it. It's just called the Texas Express. Okay, so the NMRA International Convention. So here's the convention center itself. So now we want to go to convention register online. And see, and this is where things get kind of interesting because it says the conventions here is from the 20th to the 26th. And that's the only way you can get tickets. But anyways, as you can see, it's kind of expensive and it gets kind of confusing because you got NMRA prices and then you have non-NMRA prices. And then you really got to pay attention because there's a 1-day admission, there's a 2-day admission. You've got these 2-day passes. Again, I absolutely, this is just another tick in the box that that annoys me about NMRA. Because like you have all these 2 different prices, 3 different prices. It's like, just do what everyone else is doing and just do an entrance fee. How hard is that? Anyways, so you got like a 1-day pass plus the National Train Show. There's a 1-day pass, non-NMRA train show, 2-day pass, and you can go like in 2 different groups, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday. Not to mention that there's nothing here saying Sunday. So I don't quite understand why this website says that it goes through Saturday and doesn't have anything for Sunday, even though the main NMRA site says it goes through Sunday. So it's confusing as all hell. I'll just say it as it is. This is not user friendly, to say the least. And then there's things you gotta look at because the thing that I want the most, because I want the vendors, I want to go see the manufacturers, is the National Train Show ticket. So those are the ones that I'm going to be going after, and I'll be going after the 2-day pass. So more than likely, my wife and I will be going on the Friday and the Saturday, if this is correct. If not, it'll probably be Saturday, Sunday, but there's no way to buy the Sunday ticket if they're going through Sunday. So they may be doing something else on Sunday that's not the train show itself. It could be, again, more conventions or maybe a closing ceremony. I don't know. I've never been to one of these. So, but more than likely, so because we just want to do a train show, do a 2-day pass. And so you can see per person, it's $115 to get in. So that's how much it's going to be. So, again, I kind of want to be transparent about this because I really want to show you guys if you want to do something like this, it can cost quite a bit. It can cost quite a bit. So it's $115 for the 2-day pass. And again, that's mainly for the train show. You know, you got the cost of hotels, which the hotels in that area is about $135 a night. And then because I want to get my scan, Bernard from Mini Prints has announced that, in order to get a scan, it's $89 and you get like 3 figures, if I remember correctly. So as you can see, it's already close to $300. Again, I don't typically talk about money much on the channel because, again, I want it to be about escapism. And sometimes when you talk about prices, it destroys that escapism. But I also want to be truthful in that this can be kind of expensive. And no doubt, this is going to be the most expensive train show. Is it going to be worth it? I think so, because there's the potential that I can meet other YouTubers, meet you guys, actually meet a good chunk of the manufacturers. And so I think it's going to be worth it. And there's something to keep in mind is that this national train show rotates all across the country. So it was in St. Louis last year. It's going to be in Long Beach, California next year. And so this could be my one opportunity to go to one. So, and I think they were before the pandemic. They were in Salt Lake City for the Golden Spike and the Big Boy 4014. Everything was there in Salt Lake. So yeah, that is what you're going to be looking at. Now, again, more things to think about. This is just me driving there, so I just got the price of gas and everything. If you're flying out here, again, these are the costs that you're going to have to think about for the NMRA train show. So definitely expensive, no doubt about it. So kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit. So yeah, train shows. We got new Braunfels in April, and in August we'll be at the NMRA convention. So again, don't be afraid to say hi. Don't be afraid to say hi. I'll be wearing my Humanity Junction hoodie, or I'm trying to get merch for Rayron for this channel. So I'll probably have a t-shirt or a hoodie that says Rayron on it. I just need a few more things to fall in place in order to get that. So see, now this train is now cooperating. So I don't know. It's just that one time it decided to decouple, and the tail end observation decided to be in front of the big boy. I don't know. Okay, so that was the National Train Show. Let's see what else we got here. I don't think Rapido had anything that I wanted to talk about. I don't think Bowser had anything I wanted to talk about. Let's take a look at Walthers. We haven't looked at Walthers in a while, now that I think about it. Let's see if we've got some new releases from Walthers that we can talk about here. All right, let's take a look here. See if I can organize this by date. Announce date. There we go. All right. Now I want to make sure I don't overlap. I wish there's a way I can organize this by, okay, what's the latest, and can I limit it? Let's see here. We'll adjust that. Okay. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and let's go down this rabbit hole of Walthers. Okay. So let's see what we got here. So some gondolas, again, kind of meh on gondolas. A chocolate factory? Are you kidding me? Oh man. You guys know what I'm thinking. Oh man, oh man, I wish Bernard would do some. I know he can't do copyrighted miniatures, but how cool would it be to have a Willy Wonka 187 scale to go with this chocolate factory, and actually have the full Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory? Oh, that's cool. That's actually pretty cool. So we got the chocolate factory. Let's see. So we got some bulkheads, which again, I don't care for modern freight. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I know those who are prototypical modern, I'm sorry. So it looks like we've got some more 2-axle Union Pacific cars. But again, that price $94 for a passenger train. I understand it has like details. It has the metal wheels. It's got all those details that people like to fan over, which again, if that's your thing, go for it. But $94 for a car, it kills me because I know I've got other options. Like I love old new stock, especially when it comes to River Rossi. Like a good chunk of these are River Rossi, HE, and Concord passenger trains. And it's like I get these for like $5, between $5 to $10 for a passenger car. And it's like I understand that I can put the wires in there and the details, and maybe that'll come up if I do it myself. That's probably going to come up to about $20 a car once I get all the bells and whistles and details in there. But $94, yikes! I can't do that. The only time that I'll spend that much money on one particular car is California Zephyr. That's probably my only exception, but I won't do it for any others because I already have Broadway Limited Zephyr cars, and I do want to make that train a little bit bigger. So that's the only time I can justify spending that much, but yikes. We've got some Pullman cars. Now, one thing I wish these manufacturers would do is that there's one key car that no one is making right now, and I don't understand why. And I'll show you exactly what car I'm talking about here. I just got to find a picture of it. Oh. And we have our first derailment. Great. Okay. What happened? I hear it. Oh, my. Oh, yikes. Okay. That's really derailed now. I'll fix that in a second. Actually, I should probably fix that now. I will be right back, guys. I've got a derailment that I'm going to take care of. It was running so well, too. Sometimes I love and sometimes I hate scale trains. Okay. My second water tender came off the track and derailed everything. And I'd like my seat back, please. Thank you. Okay. All right. Make sure the big boy's running fine here. All right. Okay. Let me see if I can find that car here. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find it. So the UP has this excursion train, and there's one particular car that no one's making right now, which makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Because like it's there, people want it. Like take my money, and I will even buy it. Yeah, I'll even buy it at $100. That's how much I want this. I just can't find it. Can't find a good picture of it. Sorry for the background noise too. Everyone's doing yard work at 9:40 p.m. Central Time. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Man, seriously, I'm not going to be able to... Hang on. Maybe if I spell it this way, I can find it. Where are you? And some people have this car custom made. Here it is. Okay. So the car that I'm talking about is this one. All right, where's my StreamYards? There it is. So let's go ahead and add to stream. So it's this car right here. This is their, to my understanding, this particular car right here is their maintenance car. And what blows my mind is that no one's making this car, but yet prototypical guys want this car, and they're actually having people custom make this car. They're having people 3D print this car. But it's like no one is making it. There's a demand there. You got the 4014, Scale Train jumped on board and got the water tenders. Like Walther, I haven't seen anything from Walthers. I haven't seen anything from Scale Trains. I want this. I've got money. Take my money. I don't get it. I don't know. Because I think the only way you can get this too is brass. I don't know if there's a brass version of this car, because a lot of the brass companies tend to make a lot of the oddball railroad items. So I don't know. I just don't know. Kind of a tangent, but yeah. And it's like, Walthers, you make this obscure car, Blunt and Southern Pacific. Give me my maintenance car. Really? You're gonna push that car again? Oh my god. Remember Gerd. All right, give me one more minute. Again, it runs just fine. It runs just fine, running 4 hours, maybe 5 hours. And then for some random reason, it's like, no, I'm just not going to stay coupled anymore. I want to be the front of the train. I have to figure out what's going on. It may be a height difference on this corner modular. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Well, beats me. Okay. So yeah, you make these weird obscure cars, but I want a maintenance car. Sad. Super sad. All right, come on. I don't know. I don't know. I screwed up my search. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see what else we got here. So looks like all of these are summer of 2024. Some more obscure coaches, and that's it. Oh man. And so we got a lot more figurines, looks like, which meh, okay. We got a person taking a nap on the chair. That's pretty interesting. You decided to stay connected this time? All right. Some more buildings. There's some lights. Oh, but it's micro trains. N scale. Rip. So now we're getting into the N scale stuff. Oh, some Lionel reefer. Oh, that's pretty cool. A Christmas reefer. Oh, look at that. So I am building a Christmas train. This will go nicely with the Christmas train. Pretty cool. And then now we're getting to more obscure things. Okay, so that was Walthers. Okay, I don't think. Let's take a look at OVR. I don't know if OVR has anything. Let's see here. Take a look at OVR. What do we got here? Okay, what's new? Yeah, it's a lot of trucks. Yeah, okay. Cool. So we got Walthers, we got Athrons, Scale Trains, OVR. I'm trying to think what other ones we should look at. Oh, Atlas. See if anything new with Atlas. Let's see. I will find it. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, you know one thing we haven't done that we probably should. I'll probably save that for the next episode of Icey Station. We'll go through the O scale Lionel catalog because I do like going through that. I do like that. Oh, so we got the Atlas Winter 2013 catalog. Perfect. That will work nicely. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So we got the Atlas Winter 2023 HO and Z scale catalog. So let's see what we got here. So it looks like we got some limited edition models here. That's pretty cool. So we got some GP38s. Hello, the man himself. Hello, Heath. How you doing? I know, right? Well, I had to wear green. So, you know, it is St. Patrick's Day. Well, I know we'll probably do it next time. We'll see. We'll see if we've got some time. Because there's a lot of great stuff. A lot of great stuff. I had to wear green, so yeah, I found the green. And I don't know if there is N scale in the O scale catalog. But yes, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe over to Humanity Junction. If you really want to know the technical stuff, the technical jargons of model railroading, go over and check out his channel. Awesome stuff. I know, right? Oh man, but I love doing this though because it's just something different, you know. The whole purpose, because normally I would do these in separate videos, like the Icey Rail news. I'll do it in those videos, but it's getting to the point that I just don't have that much time throughout the week to actually make those videos anymore. And so doing it every other week alternating podcasts, because this is the Icey Station podcast where I just talk about everything else outside of the hobby a little bit and do abnormal things. I can talk with guests and so forth, which is what that link is right above. And then the Icey Rails podcast, we just focus on the layout. So, and I think alternating those two between the two every Friday nights at 9 Eastern, I think would be pretty cool. Yeah, and it's like I go through this and it's like I see things like, oh, here's this beautiful The Rock engine. It's like I got a whole rock train behind me. Let's see what else we got here. So we got a whole bunch of other engines. Okay, so here's my pet peeve when it comes to catalogs. I'm going to get on a little bit of a rant here, or a dragon rage, as I call them. If you're going to make a catalog, have pictures for idiots like me. I like pictures. And when I see pictures, I could potentially spend more money. Yeah, that's another issue. So that's a whole nother Dragon Rage video in itself. I love and hate the pre-ordering system. I can go for hours talking about that. And also, I understand branding is a thing, but it's like another thing that kind of is okay. Another Dragon Rage here. Atlas, you make some great models, but a couple problems. One, you use ECU decoders or ECES, whatever, loc sound decoders. You guys know how I feel about loc sound. Your cradle systems absolutely suck. I hate the 2 screws in the cradle method for your transportation. Use a clamshell like everyone else uses. But yeah, and then the whole pre-ordering system. I don't get it. Companies like to be special. Yeah, ESU. And it's like gold models, silver models. Just say they have DCC with sound or non-DCC like all the rest of the people do. Like, come on. People gonna get confused. Why do we need to do this? That's me nitpicking, but it's like I am the paying customer, and especially no, I'm not gonna go into that rabbit hole, but it's like I see all these, and it's like just give me pictures. I want to see what they look like, because then I'm just gonna skim right through it. So this is all N scale stuff. Looks like you got GP38 locomotives, GP38 N scales. So it looks like we got some tanker cars here. See, again, this is the thing that drives me nuts. Like, okay, cool. I see numbers. I'm assuming that all these numbers correlate with this up here is what I'm guessing. So fine. Some N-scale flat cars. And there's all the different styles you can get it in. Some more box cars. Mechanical reefers. Oh, no, that's pretty cool. Okay, I'll give it to you, Atlas. This is pretty cool. Mobile office containers in N scale. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool, because you see this. You see these things everywhere. You see this when they're renovating like car dealerships, on construction sites. Yeah, I like that. I actually like that a lot. Front and rear, yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh. See, and this is why I want to get into N scale, because when it comes to fantasy schemes, N scale does it right. Like even Atlas is jumping on board with these schemes. Look at this, 1776 July 4th. And a Halloween car. Orders for all limited edition collector series must be placed online. Like, I'm even tempted to get these. because this is the stuff that I like. This is why I like microtrains, why I love Kato, just why I love N-scale altogether. That is really nice. But again, there's something about N-scale that drives me nuts. This is another thing about N-scale I just can't quite understand. I understand it's smaller, but it's like in my brain, I would think, hey, if it's smaller, you're getting less mass, less material. So you would think it would be maybe slightly cheaper than HO, but no. These cars are pretty much almost the exact same as HO prices. I don't get it. Now, maybe they're unique. Okay, fine. And it's a limited edition run. Okay, fine. It's just, that's one of the things that has drawn me away from N-scale a little bit, because like I can get N-scale or an HO almost engine for almost the exact same price as N. I don't know, but I'm willing to put that aside to get cool stuff like this. Hey, we have an HO. Hey, I stand corrected. They got him an HO, but it's for $45. Rip. I want these though. I definitely want these because I do want like a holiday or a Halloween train. But my God, $90 for 2 cars. That kills me. That kills me so much. Not including tax, not including shipping. But that's kind of weird. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that hurts. That one hurts a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so we got some new paint schemes here for the Dash 8s. I like that Pan Am Railways scheme. That's pretty nice. Oh, we're going to be getting another run of the Amtrak Phase 5s. Oh, wow. Because I've always wanted one of those because they're so unique with the 2-axle designs. That is very, very tempting. How much are these for the golds? Let's see. Dash 8s, Amtrak, Phase 5, blue, silver. Wait, no. Yeah, definitely 1776. Yep. So silver is sound ready. See, again, this is what drives me nuts. Okay, silver. So I got to learn a whole new scheme here. So Atlas Silver sound ready models are equipped with a speaker for easy conversion to sound with an addition of a decoder. So now you have a whole new just way of getting an engine. I mean, I don't want to say it's new. It's something I just recently discovered. So now you have DCC ready without sound. You have obviously DCC and then DCC with sound. Now you have a speaker that's just randomly chilling in the body of the engine. I mean, that's kind of cool that you have a speaker just ready to be connected. So I don't know. Atlas, what you doing? I know it's very unique to them. It's just weird. It's just so weird. Why can't we standardize? Like, that'll be great. So these are estimated second quarter of 2024, so next year. That's going to hurt because that's when the same time my gas turbine in Southern Pacific comes out that I've got pre-ordered. Yeah, oh man, that's going to hurt. Okay, so now we're going on to the HOs. Here's all the HO tankers. Looks like we got some more wood reefers. Is this a O scale? That's still HO. Okay. Let's see. So hoppers. Again, I'm kind of breezing through this because again, I'm not modern. Hey, we're getting the containers in HO scale. I may actually pick one of these up. I think that would be kind of cool. $30 for them is actually not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, I do like that a lot. I'll probably keep my eyes open for that. Whoa, what do we have here? Viaducts from Atlas. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see that coming. And different textures as well. Concrete and stone. I like the stone design because you can do a lot of dry brushing to get any type of color that you want. Yeah, I like that. Oh, and they come in single track. They come in double track. So we got concrete, cut stone, and they range between. So the single track is 40, and the double is 50. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, look at that. That's actually really nice. That's really nice. All right, so looks like we're going back to N scale here. Oh, NHO scale layout lighting. That's pretty cool. A wall mount, so you can do the forearms, double arm. That's pretty cool. Looks like this is N, H, O, and Z. So a whole bunch of random things here. Looks like more people we got here. We got fan grills. Okay. Just a whole bunch of like little parts and knickknacks. Huh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. That's what these podcasts are for. Again, and that's the thing. I just want to bring general awareness that these things are coming out. You don't have to buy them. So that's Atlas. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. We're going to go into the Lionel catalog real quick. Because that again, I'm not into O scale. I mean, at least right now, I'm not into O scale. Probably in the distant future, we may just get a small loop to do O scale stuff. But another scale that I'm really jealous of is O scale, because when it comes to HO, it's more than likely a lot of people who are prototypical when it comes to HO. And granted, you will have those that want to do fantasy schemes, but it's more in the minority, I would say. At least to the fact of fantasy schemes. But when it comes to Lionel, especially with the latest catalog, oh my goodness, they killed it. Even for Union Pacific, they killed it. Like, I am crying the amount of stuff that Lionel has announced with their latest catalog. I couldn't believe what was coming out. Because it's stuff that I've always wanted in HO scale. Yep, so another reason to subscribe. Yep, he has an O scale loop. So let's take a look at this. So this is the 2023, the big book. And normally I would do a separate video on this, but I decided, nah, I prefer doing it in a live stream format now. All right, so here we are. On the cover, they did it right. 4019 with the elephant ears, smoke deflectors on them. So if you guys don't know, out of all the Union Pacific big boys, 4019 was the only one to actually have the experimental elephant ears, which is basically these little things right here, the shielding plates. Atherin was the only one to actually mass produce them. Well, actually, no, that's false. 3 companies mass produce these that are kind of out of print right now, and that is Atherin, which I have one. It was expensive, but I have a 4019 with the elephant ears. Trix came out with one, and I think Markland came out with one. And those were really the only 3, to my knowledge, that came out with the elephant ears in HO scale. And they are extremely rare to find nowadays because no one's mass producing them. And then Lionel just says, hold my beer. We're going to we're going to make them. And so they came out with not only the next version of the Vision line big boys, they went one step further and actually came out with the 4019 with the elephant ears. Like, major props to them. Unfreaking believable. So we'll get to that in a minute because they took it to the next level. Some more steam engines I don't really care for, but of course, it's all about, again, I'm huge in the Union Pacific and to the big boys. Here it is, 4012 here. And then you just look at this page and it's like, you're going to need to donate a kidney to get one of these engines because just one of these engines alone is $2,800. This is the one reason why O-scale is going to be tough. Like, I can afford HO. Even modern day HO engines are getting expensive, but they're still doable for me personally, and even N-scale to a degree. But when it comes to O-scale, holy crap. It's unbelievable. But this is where I truly, truly cry. Because not only do you have the 4019 with the elephant ears, they went one step further and they said, again, hold my beer. We're going to make 4024 with the elephant ears in the Greyhound scheme. This is something I've been wanting in HO forever. And I never thought that no one would even do it. And then when I was going through this catalog, I saw someone else going through the catalog. I believe it was Eric's Trains. Again, highly recommend subscribe there. If you guys love O-scale, Eric Trains is a great channel. Does a lot of product reviews. Has an awesome layout when it comes to O-scale. But man, if I was a fan of O-scale, you better believe I'll be take out a loan to get one of these. The Greyhound scheme with the freaking smoke deflectors. That is unreal. Because you don't see that in HO. You just don't. And then they have this set for it. And if you guys are wondering how much this set is, you too can get it for the low price of $4,500. Ooh. Yeah, that's too much for me. And then a whole bunch of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. You basically get all the features and under the sun when it comes to the system. So pretty cool. You get a cutout of the legacy system here. Some beautiful Hudsons, man. So nice. Some more of their decapods. Pennsylvania, their tenders, man. This is ridiculous. Just the length of them. The 484s. Again, I give props to Lionel because there's so many engines in HO scale that I really want, but no one's mass producing them. And I just don't know if they lost the tooling. I don't know if they just don't want to make them. But the Camelbacks is something that I've been wanting for a while now in HO. And I think I have one in DC, but I want all the bells and whistles. I want the DCC version of these. It's just, again, I don't know if the demand's not there. But I love Camelbacks. So I like the Camelbacks. I like the Shays, the Climaxes, all those geared locomotives. I just like how unique they are. All right, so now we got the diesels here. Oh, this is gorgeous. That's nice. ES44, some switchers, some more diesels. Again, back to the Camelbacks. That's pretty cool. The metal train set. Iron Hippo. Independence. That's cool. Again, just a lot of modern day freight. I don't know. I don't know anything when it comes to these command and control systems. So yeah, I can't speak to them. Again, it's just a lot of little things. Disney, that's pretty cool. Disney 100 series. Again, that's another cool thing about Lionel. You have these unique train sets. It's pretty cool. Toy Story. We got Frozen. Oh man, look at this. That is so funny because in the Walthers catalog that we just went through, they were coming out with the Chocolate Factory, and it'll be so cool to have Willy Wonka in the HO scale. And look what Lionel does. Lionel again says, "Hold my beer," and they come up with the whole Willy Wonka freaking train set. That's funny. That's absolutely funny. Some Thomas stuff, John Deere's, Harry Potter. Some Halloween stuff. That's so cool. Like, I want the stuff in HO. I really do. Space exploration. Oh, that's so cool. Budweiser. Oh, that's gorgeous. The MKTs. And the Texas Special. That's nice. Which reminds me, I got to get my MKT passenger trains rail worthy. Because I do have some. I just haven't fixed them. A lot of the couplers broke. Some more standard sets. Yeah, typical sets here. Nothing too crazy. Oops. Sorry, now I'm going too fast. Oh, that's pretty cool. Kind of the wall art, or kind of art on the box cars. Chevy, Wings and Angels, Battlefield Honor. Look at these cars, man. The decorative box cars. Again, when it comes to these decorative box cars, O scale and N scale, you guys just kill it. You put HO to shame when it comes to this stuff. And then what's really cool about Lionel and these box cars is that Lionel, to my understanding, you submit like what you want on a box car or a caboose, and they will do a limited run of these personalized cars. And that's cool. That's exactly what I love about the hobby is how much of a sandbox it is. And these companies, I think, are starting to understand it. I wish HO companies would start to understand it a little bit more. But that's so cool. Oh, look at this. Dang it, Lionel. That is cool. That's a cool set. Lionel, please come back to HO scale. We miss you. You guys used to do so much more in HO scale. Polar Express. Wow. A freaking Camelback in Christmas scheme colors. The South Pole Central. Look at these cars. Oh my gosh, the four car set's almost 1,000, but look at these cars. Oh man, that Camelback alone is so gorgeous. Nice. Yeah, these are nice. Got some buildings. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly scan through these. Some parts. Command and control. More parts. Let's see. That's so cool. This is a massive catalog. My goodness. There we go. And we're at the end. Yeah, that catalog though. Lionel is just on point when it comes to O gauge. I think it's O gauge. I always get it too mixed up. Oh, wait a minute. We have an HO catalog. What? What? Oh boy, wait a minute. Hold the phone. We've got an HO catalog. I missed this. Didn't have one last time. I don't think. Yeah, it's all Lionel. Oh no, they had an HO. I just completely missed it. I'm blind. All right, let's see what the damage is in HO scale. Oh, it's their toys versions. Ah, okay. Yeah, I forgot they made these. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, there's a Cedar Woods boxcar there for $30. Budweiser. Oh man, that is so depressing though. Oh man. Oh, that's sad. I mean, you saw how long it took me to get through O scale, and then HO scale. I was like, oh yeah, here's a small little sample. Oh man. Yeah, that's it. Rip. Okay. Rip. But yes, if any company is going to watch this live stream, which is a small 1% chance, I want this in HO. Take my money. I want this in HO. But yeah. Let's see, this was all the Walther stuff. Yeah. Oh man. Good time to be an O-scale person though. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and take it back over. Let's see here. Let's bring it back on over. Did I close it by mistake? No. Oh, I see. Okay. Man, those catalogs. Whew. But yeah, so far from all the announcements for the kind of the winter quarter, I'm definitely interested in the. I've already placed my pre-order for the gas turbine Southern Pacific color scheme. Athearn, I think, Athearn's in the right direction when it comes to fantasy, and that's why I really respect Athearn right now, because they're going into those fantasy schemes, and they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good, and they got those Tsunami 2 decoders on there, which I'm a big fan of. But yeah, it's definitely something. So we'll I don't think I have anything else, so we'll just sit back. If you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm just gonna ramble for a little bit because that's really all I have as far as the stuff that I wanted to talk about on the on this episode of the Icey Station podcast. And again, there is a link there if you want to just chat away on with me on StreamYards. I've got the link there. Again, this is kind of the first real test of StreamYards for this layout that I'm kind of experimenting with. Kind of a tech demo, if you will. Just making sure that my internet can maintain it. I'm testing everything behind the scenes on how to present the info. But yeah, definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. So basically what's running on the layout. So since today is St. Patrick's Day, obviously I got to wear something green. So I got the green from Humanity Junction. And then our big boy is running something green. It is the Chicago Northwestern passenger train. You've actually got a really good idea, actually. And funny you should mention that. Funny you should mention that because I am very familiar with the Bradford Exchange. Because we do have some Bradford Exchange units. So this is the commemorative Dale Earnhardt train. So this is a dummy B unit. But on the channel, from time to time, you'll see Ferry VR running the Dale Earnhardt Bradford Exchange set. So that's actually not a bad idea. Let's take a look at that. Now, definitely expensive, but again, you do get those kind of unique things. So let's take a look. See what we got there. Okay. All right, so the Bradford Exchange. So I basically just went for trains in the search box. So the interesting thing about the Bradford Exchange stuff is most of the stuff is actually die cast. So they're definitely heavy. And if you get one of their engines, because I do have a Bradford Exchange Southern locomotive, and you just got to remember to definitely lubricate them like no other. Because those metal rub so much that they can wear down really quickly. So yeah, we talked about the Coca-Cola. Yeah, here it is right here. So something to note about the Bradford Exchange. If you do want these sets, you've got to pay attention to how the payment plan works. And that's why it kind of makes this expensive. But again, you're getting kind of a unique, one-of-a-kind items because they do something called each issue. And so it's basically a subscription to continue on the train. And so up into the X amount of issues that they come out with. So you can see this can get kind of expensive. So it's like $90 for issue 1, $90 for issue 2, $90 for issue 3. And I don't know how many issues they do. Issue 2, which includes a free 14-piece HO track, and issue 3 is another passenger car. So it looks like it only goes up to 3 issues. So again, you're not paying $90 for the entire train set. You do it by issue. So definitely got to pay attention to that. It was pretty cool. So I think the Bald Eagle. So I have the passenger cars for this set because I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace. But you guys have never seen it on his channel because I still have it in boxes. I got to fix a few couplers with it. I may actually get that set out for next week's stream. I think I still got to do the Missouri Pacific because again, I said I was going to do a Missouri Pacific days on this layout, so that'll probably be next Friday. So I think that's what I'll do. Let's see, you got some Disney stuff. Now, obviously, Philadelphia Eagles. We got a Kiss Train. Oh, so this one caught my attention. This one really, really caught my attention. This is really cool. So they got this UFO train. And you got to keep in mind, too, this is all DC. This is all DC. But this is pretty cool. So shipping begins August 25th, so later this year. So again, it's $90 per issue, so $90 for issue 1. Issue 2 comes with the, I'm assuming, B unit. Okay, something fell. I heard it fall, but I don't see any kittens on the layout. Interesting. So this one has my attention because I love how unique it is. And you can have some fun with this one. So issue 2. Oh, we're just window shopping, Heath. We're just window shopping. So issue 2 is Area 51. It's an engine and free track set. So that's interesting. So that B unit is actually an engine. It actually has a motor inside. That's interesting. And so issue 3 is Welcome to Roswell Flat Car with a crushed spaceship sculpture. And see, this is where it gets expensive because that's a $90. Actually, that's a little bit more because you also got shipping and handling. Oh my God, that's about $100 a car. Ouch. Yeah. But we're just window shopping. That's all. I don't have to press the add to cart. But this one, I know this one's a little bit more expensive. But this one I'm actually contemplating. Because it's quirky things like this that I absolutely love. And then obviously we'll have to get it hardwired to DCC. But that's just so cool. Wait, does this glow in the dark? Wait a minute. Wait a tick. Wait. Does this glow in the dark? Maybe not, but it says lights up. The locomotive's laser beam-shaped headlights cast a spooky green ray of light as it powers along the track. Because I saw this, like, wait a minute, this is glowing up, but it does like a ray of beam in the front. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's right, man. I definitely agree. Wow, that's cool. $90 starts in August. But see, this is the problem, is that the first payment comes on August 25th. That's when the NMRA convention is. And I'm already dropping $300 just to get there. Oh, that's painful. I still may do it though. But I got till August to figure it out. So yeah, that one's gonna go on my wish list. That's pretty cool. The Batman, it's just so unique. Star Wars, Buffalo Bills, Green Bay Packers. I think they have one in every sports team's Navy. True. But knowing me, I would want plenty of sets. So I think that's the other thing that you got to be careful of. Let me just click on this one real quick. So for each issue, so subsequent issues, you get an additional train car. I wish I had my. I don't have my my cars with me, but it's basically like the same. I just don't. I wish it would tell you how many issues it would ultimately go to. An additional coordinating Cincinnati football train car, each separate issues to follow. But see, the issue about this is that it doesn't. Okay, each issue will be shipped to you for your review, but one prior pending availability. Is that what completes the full set? And that's the part that doesn't really explain to you. Is when does the issue set end? I don't know. But I still think it'd be kind of cool to have several UFO cars. Houston, Baltimore, military. The Duke Express. America the Beautiful collection. That's interesting. Let's see, more sports teams. Wait, what? Oh, that's pretty cool. Decorative snap together track. That's way cool. Reminds me of the old lifelike snap togethers because they don't use the rail joiners. That really brings me back a little bit. Cool. Yeah, and that's that rabbit hole. So I think we've all concluded that that UFO set is pretty lit. Yeah, I definitely like this one. And even that, what's cool about this is that yeah, we'll get the engines, we'll eventually convert it, but it's like it's more of the passenger cars too that I would like, because then I can run it with like my big boy, and then that'll be great for the kids. And that's usually the big thing that I focus on is that I like fantasy schemes because it always grabs the kids' attention. And if the kids will remember that, I have done my job because they'll remember that. So that's why I don't run, and that's another reason why I don't run prototypical. Is because it's just not. I mean, it is engaging for the kid, but they'll definitely go for something that's this unique. And then if that's what it takes for them to get into the hobby, I've done my job. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I think I'm pretty sold on this one. That was a nice rabbit hole, Train. That Train, man, that was a good rabbit hole. Which now I may even go into a bigger rabbit hole, and one that he's not gonna like. Because I want to check. There's some more manufacturers that we haven't checked out when it comes to upcoming catalogs. Yeah. Here we go. I wish it would just give me. Yeah, here we go. Okay, we got some more manufacturers to go through, starting with Microtrains, because I love Microtrains. See, and right here. This is what makes N-Scale for me. Look at this car. U.S. Army medical box car. Oh, that's cool. Yay for more. Oh, but it's only oh wait, 1 to 19. Got it. So that's all the March releases for them. Okay, so we've been spared. Oh man. So what's really interesting though is that, man, I don't know why, but Z scale is also fascinating to me as well. It's like I really got the bug for N scale. Z scale is fascinating. Let's go to Kato. Let's see what Kato's got. Into some more trouble here. Hey, new releases. Let's take a look. Oh, so it looks like it's not too much. Do you not just have... Hang on. All right, this may work. Okay. So Kato. Some baggage cars. They're definitely pushing the PM42s with their heritage units. So in HO, I'm trying to find. Wait a minute. No, that is HO. Oh, well, I'll be danged. Is this DCC? No. Crap. I may just found me a nice little rabbit hole. It's got to be DCC. I think. Oh, no, it doesn't say. I think I'm just going to say it's DC. I don't know. But that's good to know that they're coming on HO, because that's actually the one I'm looking for. Nice. And I actually don't have anything Kato HO. And then some end skill stuff. So nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy for Kato. Nothing too crazy. All right. I guess one more company we'll look at for the night. I know this company is kind of controversial, but it's what I started with and what really got me back into the hobby. Oh, well, that's really underwhelming. I don't even think it's worthwhile. Oh, hang on. Let's see. Wow, this absolutely froze on me. Thanks, Bachman. Trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, and your website is garbage. Yep. Not working. Okay. Well, rip. Rippity rip. Oh, we got the catalog. Hang on. Let's see here. 2023 catalog. When did this come out? I don't know if I've already done a video on this though. Yeah, I've done 2023 calendar already. So I did that I think last year. Okay, so nothing too crazy. Now they do have a catalog for when the NMRA announced, so that'll be kind of cool to see the new releases at the NMRA convention. Something that came to my mind real quick. I don't know. No. Yeah. Okay. I think we've got the major manufacturers. I think we do. All right. Let's do this. Let's see here. This and this and this. Okay. All right. So I think we're done with that field trips. There was a lot to catch up because I fell behind on all the news when it comes to all the announcements because I like to showcase that so that way you guys can get a good idea of what's coming up all in one place. So I mean that's the whole purpose of this podcast is to capture everything else about this hobby, which is pretty darn cool. It is definitely the world's greatest hobby. Yeah. So I think the next few projects that I'm going to be doing, I've got some engines that I need to convert over to DCC. I've got some special tools to start working on that. Yeah, if you really want to learn how to do DCC installs, highly recommend going to a YouTuber called Solo Contracting. See if I can find his channel. But I've learned a lot just by watching his videos. I'll give you guys his channel. So if you guys really want to see how installs work, this guy is super knowledgeable. But I've been watching several of his videos. He's installed Tsunami 2s, Loc Sound decoders, and I think he's did some TCUs. He even converted a Thomas the Tank Engine to DCC. And it was such a fascinating video. Like, that's a great channel if you want to learn how to install. And I've learned a ton. So. Oh, boy. Hi, Pumpkin. You're cute. Alrighty. Yeah, because there's basically, I've got two engines here that I really need to, I kind of had lined up to convert. So I've got the Amtrak Phase 5 that I need to convert. So I got this guy right here. So I've got the decoder. I'm basically using Digitrax decoders right now. I'm going into the shallow end of this pool when it comes to DCC conversions. So right now I'm just converting all of my DCC ready engines over so I can at least run it on the layout. And then once I get more familiar with all of the decoders, and then I've got a Bowser Western Pacific Baldwin engine. Or, West Pacific. Once we get those converted, we'll start diving into converting DC engines. Now, I'm debating if I want to still do videos on those because it's getting to the point that it's becoming a little bit of a hassle to try to convert it. Or actually record it and convert it. And I know that's slowing me down. And it's like I'm just not sure what I'm going to do. So I know I've got at least 2 episodes, I think, where I do decoder installs on DCC ready engines. I'm just not sure if I'm going to continue it or not. Just not sure. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we could talk about. But man, yeah, I think I've exhausted everything that I have wanted to talk about. So I guess some programming notes when it comes to the channel. Again, thank you guys so much for all the subscriptions. The channel's been going really, really well. I'm just happy that you guys enjoy the content, that enjoy model railroading, really. So again, my goal: 3 shorts a day, at least 1 video a week. I'm trying to do 1 video every 3 days. It's kind of my battle rhythm right now. And then one live stream a week, which is going to be Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is my dedicated time slot. It works for my schedule. It works for my work schedule. Works for my master schedule. So 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then it'll be alternating. So it'll be the Icey Station podcast, and then it'll be next week we'll go back to the Icey Rails podcast, where we just focus on the layout. And we'll do a Missouri Pacific. We'll do a Missouri Pacific special. I know I've been promising that for a while. Just a lot of things have been getting in the way. And then next week's stream, we can also test the 1080p 60 FPS upload to really test the Google Fiber to see if we won't drop any frames. So I'm actually really excited about that. Because then kind of the next goal is to upgrade kind of the quality of these cameras. And so the next step is to get full 1080p 60 FPS stream. So that'll be the tech demo for next Friday. Cool. All right. So I think what we'll do, guys, is we'll do 1 more lap on the big boy as it's coming around behind us. And then I think we'll call it a stream. So let's go ahead and I'll put this full scale here so you guys can see all the cameras. The big boy's coming around the Wilding corner. And then it should be coming over the main camera now that has the full layout. And it kind of something that I'll do for next year. I really didn't have the time to prep this year, but probably with St. Patrick's Day next year, or the week of St. Patrick's Day, we'll run the MKT in the green scheme. Because then we'll really be in spirit. Oh, yeah. So something else. Let me grab one more thing here. Let's go see if I can find it now. I can find it. Just need to find it. There it is. Oh, no, stop. And we'll go here and this and this. Okay. Let me copy this. All right. So now the big boy's coming around for one last drive by here. And we'll park it in front of that top left camera. Actually, I can do it this way, huh? Hey, that's pretty cool. Do it this way. All right, we're going to give the engineer the red light here right in front of the camera. You know, I just realized I haven't been playing sound with this. All right, and we'll park her right in front of the camera there. All right, so one more announcement. I've been trying to be a regular for Artie's stream, and I will poke that here in the chat. So Artie, always known as the Aussie American Model Railroader. He is an Australian that has a podcast every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. And when he allows guests to go on the podcast, I try to join them. Awesome podcast, awesome, great group of people. I've been trying to be a regular now for that. So that's what I will be. If if I'm not on the stream itself, I'll definitely be in the chat room. And so I will be over there is my next activity. And we'll just take it from there. So with that, guys, from the Icey Railroad, your Ice Dragon, Ray Ron VR, thank you so much for joining me today on the Icey Station podcast. Hopefully you learned something. It's always a goal, again, being the gateway for model railroading. Thank you guys so much. Wing hugs to you guys, and I'll see you later. Take it easy.